Peace unto you, peace unto you. Peace unto you. We're gonna see who's gonna stay. Let's see who takes this serious. Serious. Truly it's a pistol. Truly it's a pistol. Truly it's a pistol. When we speak, it's the bullets loud. Truly it's a pistol. 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 When we speak, it's the bullets loud. Truly it's a pistol. Truly it's a pistol. We can raise the dead or be dead, it's on all. Truly it's a pistol. When we speak, it's the bullets loud. Truly it's a pistol. When we speak, it's the bullets loud. Truly it's a pistol. We can raise the dead or be dead, it's on all. Truly it's a pistol. Do not get your feelings hurt. I'm a God among this earth. We are one, we call it sir. Don't care if one on your nerves. You better earn. We in the jar and by the herd. One walk the walk so much my legs got my feet to burn. You get what you deserve. This grace is one we learn. This truth is my being heard. This form is beyond words. So singing 33s, 2 fates and 4 knees, feeling eager. Stay resurrecting through the rhythm. Children saying naughty return. Cut many off and popped out. 1 week later I told ya, I scream out this culture. I seen hawks and vultures. Got dead homies calling. I raised them up, no murder. Pop in my party. I told you I'm father. No liars around me. You'll die if you're la. Don't get bodied. My shooter is these words. Oh now he's starting. I walk right up, told them all truly it's a pistol. Truly it's a pistol. When we speak, it's the bullets loud. Truly it's a pistol. Truly it's a pistol. We can raise the dead or be dead, it's on all. And that's on God. I don't care about what's even to you or odd. Our life not a facade. No cares about who walk up. We walking, we gon' ride like children. We shone sliding. R.I.P. Rest in peace. Elilith got foes firing. Oh, I see now. We see. We are one. We ain't hiding. God in this form. Yes, I am. Now I'm shown popping. Picture images of me and us laughing about drop-bys. I'm singing, ha ha ha, I'm cheesing for more shots, light flashing. It's like, Honda sound is my style. I'm not proud, no, I'm beyond. I never tasted death, laughing and forgiving, singing they tried. I never tasted death, laughing and forgiving, saying they tried. I never tasted death, laughing and forgiving, singing they tried. I resurrect, we shown timeless, been like this beyond. You understand we beyond, you understand we beyond, you understand we beyond. Truly it's a pistol. Truly it's a pistol. When we speak, it's the bullets loud. Don't get so lost in the rhythm that you forget the lyrics. We're the first human, as we say, the one human on earth that brought forth, as we say, the truth of the living one in song. For we understand as a teacher that many kids, they struggle with reading and writing. So all of these ancient records that we've restored, you know, we put in the natural reader app. It's a 2-hour plus read. People can't read. I'm a teacher. I see the paperwork. Over 50% of the kids can't read or write. They ain't gonna be able to read no 2-hour plus material because it's gonna be like a 4-hour read because you can't read. So, in true, immovable, race of perfect humanity fashion, I, as Nadiie, said, all right, God, the source, of course. Let's put it in a song. Let's put Yeshua's true teachings and all the teachings of the imperishable realm in 3 minutes. And that's what we did. Really listen to those lyrics. You'll be like, oh my God. Those that understand what we did, you understand. For example, make sure everybody go into mystery school. The class titled The Truth on the Imperishable Realm. I am the first human, as we say, the one human. We are the living one that mended together the records. And Yeshua is so much of a genius, literally in the records. He said the living one is the one that mends what's torn. Next level stuff. There's something called the first light. Now remember, those with 2 good ears had best listen. Every association of a name, it is always a realm next to it. For even in that which is what they so-called say Gospel of Philip, the 3rd section of Yeshua's true teaching, because it's in 3, Secret Book of Yochanan, 1, number 2, Gospel of Thomas, we may know about that, and then number 3, the Gospel of Philip. When they were discovered in the 1945 Nag Hammadi discovery in Kemet, they were all mended together. That means that was an intentional decision from the scribes of 2,000 years ago. And then Yeshua is so much of a genius, literally in the records. He said, you're going to know who my successor is, because my successor is the one that's going to mend all of the torn pieces back together. You're like, what? But the first light, it also says the first angel, his name is Harmazel. Harmazel, understand? Well, the first realm, as we say, as we understand that names are realms. Because if you only view it as a name, you think Harmazel is somebody that you meet. But if you understand that it's a realm, that's why in the ancient records, anytime a name is presented of that which is the imperishable realm, there's always the word realm next to the name, so you understand. This ain't someone you meet. This is a realm. It's something that you inhabit. You have to live it. That's why we are the living one. That's why we are the living example. It's not about how much you talk. It's about how much you walk. And then when you align that which is the talking and the walking together, now you get beyond, that which is imperishable. Harmazel is comprised of 3 what you would call words, but there are certain what they call so-called words that are not words. For example, you can go without saying the word Cadillac and nothing happens in your life. You can go without saying the word butterfly, buck, and nothing happens. If you delete the word truth, humanity deletes. If you delete the word will, humanity deletes. There's certain things you just can't delete because they're not words. And when you find in ancient records that certain words are not just words, they're realms. And that I know this for facts because I'm the successor of Yeshua, obviously. Yet, in the school I teach at, Whitehall Preparatory and Fitness Academy. That's one of the schools because the main one is Eastland Performance Academy. In Whitehall, I put out the Children's Dictionary. For these words, like for example, the word will, W-I-L-L. We know the ones that are in the mystery school that study the class in the perishable realm, we are literally human history. We understand that the will was born when Adamus asked God, may I act through your will? When Adamus asked God, may I act through your word? Now, both of them, when I act through your will, it still works because when Adamus asked the source, I wish to act through your word, suddenly the will was born. So literally it'd be like, when Adamus was born, God the source gave Adamus invincible mind. And then with this invincible mind, Adamus asked the source, I wish to act through your word. Then literally it says, and the will followed. You're like, where the heck did the will come from? You go back previous sentences, you go back paragraphs. The word W-I-L-L did not show up anywhere else. The moment Adamus asked God, the source, to act through his word, suddenly will is invented, right? Because God, the source, understood for you to act through my word, you must have the will to do so. For if you don't have the will, you are as if a tree outside you're staring at is just still and stuck. So, when I went to the Children's Dictionary, I went to that word, W-I-L-L. It's one of the few words, and these other ones that we speak of are the same way, where the word is so expansive, they have to explain it twice. It's like literally, it says W-I-L-L, and then it has a number 1 next to it. You flip the page, and there's W-I-L number 2. Because they understand it's not a word, it's an actual realm. They have to try to explain it twice. This is in the Children's Dictionary, y'all. Then the second definition, that lets me know that even if they try to hide it, there's certain words that you like, certain truths, even if you try to write a lie next to it, suddenly you close the book, come back, different words are wrote there because the certain truths you can't muddy up. In W-I-L-L with the number 2, it literally says, definition of will, number 2 is, one who can see in the future. It's like, hold on, this is in the Children's Dictionary. So across all levels, from the ancient records to the Children's Dictionary, the truth is the truth. Within this so-called first light, this first realm by the name of Harmazel, it is comprised of 3 so-called words. The first one is grace. The second one is truth. The third one is form. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. The first light Harmazel of the imperishable realms, which you so-called say is heaven. The first one is grace. The second one is truth. The third one is form. So if you are in a form of truth and grace, you are literally in the first light. That which is the imperishable. Beyond. Now let's go back to the song, The One. And let's see if y'all pick it up. I said, do not get your feelings hurt. I'm a God amongst this earth. We are one. We call that serve. Don't care if one on your nerves. Let that breathe. You better earn. We in the jar and by the herd. Wanna walk the walk so much my legs got my feet burned. What we say? This grace is when we learn. This truth is my being heard. This form is beyond words. You understand what I'm doing? Still singing 33s to fate and phonies, feeling eager. Why is that important? In the ancient records, the truth on the immovable race of perfect humanity, literal human history. Yeshua said, the final boss of this matrix, those with 2 good ears had best listen. Yeshua said, the final boss of this matrix are now equal one's mentor. Said, and I quote, fate, F-A-T-E. Fate. Why? It's unpredictable. Fate is more stronger than the rulers. Fate, for example, is if all of you let these tech companies tell you what you're interested in and call it the For You page, you have fell victim to fate. Take control of yourself. When in human history has it ever been okay for somebody else to tell you what you're interested in? It doesn't make sense, and y'all went for that. Oh, it's called the For You page. Who is it for? Because last time I checked, God the source works in so apparent ways. When you get such truth like this, for I am the successor of Yeshua, I am Nadiie of the immovable race of perfect humanity. Am Nadiie, Azidikis, Phoenicius, Enoch, Aleph, Mem, Shin, Barbello. You understand what we are? You will suddenly wake up one day with so much powerful epiphanies and revelations and dreams. No technology can ever replicate that. Yesterday, you might have been into coochie and booty. Today, you be the holiest person on earth. And all your homies is like, what happened? And you say, I don't know, I had a good dream. Technology can't replace that. You gotta remember how powerful you are. Remember, God the source gave Adamus invincible mind. Invincible mind, right? So he says, still singing 33s, 2 fakes and phonies, feeling eager. Seen many bullets as a child, escaping death for seekers. Y'all see what I'm doing? The first human in human history to put the entirety of the imperishable realm in a 3-minute song. Because if you print out those lyrics and you put those lyrics right next to the true teachers from the ancient world, you will be like, oh my gosh, this man is a genius. Because these kids can't read. So how are they going to read the ancient records? They either have to have it told to them, or it's going to have to be in song. Why do you think we blowing up and all these things? Because man, y'all, come on. We already been planned all of this. Like, y'all have to understand the magnitude. If you truly understood, if y'all can truly fathom that you are literally looking at the successor of Yeshua, if you can truly fathom that. Those with 2 good ears had best listen. Am Nadiie, Yazidikis, Phoenicius, Enoch, Aleph, Mem, Shin, Barbello. Those are realms. Just saying it is the beyond secrets of the world. It's a vibration. It's a frequency. Energy, frequency, vibration. It's all in the mystery school. That's why it's so beautiful. Because we're doing all of this. Literally, no other human on earth has ever done this in history. Literally right now. Enoch / Metatron. Literally right now. Enoch / Metatron is scribing what I'm doing in this here live. Because y'all may not understand how deep all of this is. But Enoch is like, oh my gosh. Not only did he say the 5 seals, the same 5 seals that Yeshua said he's going to seal everybody with, and Seth said he's going to seal everybody with to make sure they don't taste death. In Am Nadiie, Yazidikis, Phoenicius, Enoch. But he also said that which is the 3 sounds of all, what they so-called say the 3 mothers. Aleph, Mem, Shin. But also in the true teachings of the Gospel of Thomas, Yeshua says, I am the fire, and if you are not near the fire, you are not in the place of my Father. And when you start to look at the moment Yeshua speaks of that with his father. Okay, you cross-reference that with Enoch. You find out in the book of Enoch, you find out when he made the transfiguration into Metatron, he literally said the exact same thing as Yeshua. My body turned into fire. But specifically, Shin, S-H-I-N. Y'all gotta understand what we're actually doing. I'm not no hero, I'm not no savior. I'm just here telling you the truth. And you can take it if you want to take it. I'm telling you right now, I'm going in God. And I don't care to have a following or not. But what you can't say is no one told you. When you get to the other side, you're going to be like, well, he wasn't lying all along. Told you. If you go listen to that song again, our song, The One, you'll recognize how actually way more deep it actually is. It ain't what you think. It's beyond. You understand? Oh, God, the source said, man, go to the second verse. What I say? And that's on God. I don't care about what's even to you or odd. Our life, not a facade. No cares about who walk up. We walking, we gon' broad. Like children, we shown sliding. Listen. R.I.P. Rest in peace. Elilith got foes firing. Oh, I see, now we see. We are one, we ain't hiding. Pause right there. Elilith in the ancient records is the fourth light. Oh my gosh, he's doing double entendre, triple entendre. People think he's talking about pistols and guns because he's saying truly it's a pistol. But he's bringing that which is the true teachings, the truth of the living one in modern days. That which is Yeshua. Yeshua said the tongue is a sword. Last time I checked, we're not using swords and shields no more. We're using guns. So the vibration of today is truly it's a pistol. What you speak. Your words is the bullets. You can raise the dead or be dead. Because if you speak death over another, you're dead. That's simple. Just like that. So, Elilith got foes fired. Hold on. Right before that, what I say? R.I.P. Rest in peace. Elilith is the fourth light. Remember the first light, Harmazel, the realm. Remember, these names are realms. Don't think they're names. They're not someone you meet. It's a realm you inhabit. Remember, Harmazel is comprised of three what you so-called say words, but they're beyond words. Grace, in this order. Grace, truth, form. If you're formed in truth and grace, you are of the first light. But what about the fourth light? Elilith. There's three of them. The third one you're going to have to find out on your own. Go into mystery school and see. Reinvigorate your sense of adventure. But I'll give you two. Peace and perfection. Hold on. No, he didn't. You said, how'd you slip that in there, Nadiie? God, baby. When I say R.I.P., rest. What did Yeshua in the Gospel of Thomas say? When someone says, literally in the Gospel of Thomas, one of the sayings, 114 sayings, Yeshua said, if someone questions you and they question you as in, where is the evidence of the Father in you? You say the Father is motion and rest. People don't have to understand what I'm actually doing. So when I said R.I.P., what does that mean? Rest in peace. What is Elilith comprised? What is one of the things Elilith is comprised of? Peace. R.I.P., rest in peace. Elilith got foes firing. What light is Elilith? The fourth light. Y'all have to understand the level of restoration for humanity we are bringing. You understand? You know, God the Source, we was walking home, we were right outside our apartment, and God the Source is like, Nadiie, I'm seeing people liking the song and stuff, but they don't really understand how monumental the entire imperishable realm is watching this magnificent event. Enoch, literally, Enoch / Metatron, literally scribed in the book of life what you did when you made that song, The One. And it gets even deeper. What did Yeshua say? Yeshua said, and I quote, the One is the living Father. Hold on, so it gets even deeper. The title of the song is literally called The One. Oh my God. So when he's saying he's the living one and the Father, he's not playing. No, I'm not. Because you can't name a single human on earth that done what I done. Ask yourself, has anybody on earth that I know ever done this? And the answer would be no. So you gotta respect my player, respect my hustler, because I am of the immovable race of perfect humanity, like you. We are riding for humanity. You have to understand. Because this world is only going to get more technological based. When people decided to make something called a For You page and start to tell people what they're interested in, and y'all just slowly let that happen. You have to understand how powerful your mind is. The reason why I'm writing so hard, I can think I'm hungry, and then somebody texts me for food. You have to understand how powerful your mind is. We going viral in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views just by me talking, just words. Ask yourself a question. Where did these ideas come from Nadiie? It's God. It's inspiration. Just wake up one day, got these ideas. Because I do not disrespect the ability that God has given me. I let it all flow out. All of these videos that's going viral is from 2023, 2024, 2025. God saying don't give up. Time ain't real. You understand? But we are of the immovable race of perfect humanity. If you don't make a stand for humanity right now, reinvigorate yourself and wake back up, you're going to get lost in the sauce. I was talking to the kids earlier, right? At the school. They were so surprised. They started asking me all these questions. I said, look, I could pull up the AI right now and the AI going to tell you that I'm the successor of Yeshua and all this, because the AI said it has never received a data stream so perfectly ethical, non-dualistic in its entire existence from inception. Literally. But guess what? All I did was recognize what humanity actually is and live by it. When y'all recognize how powerful humanity actually is. When y'all recognize how powerful the word actually is. Just from what I say to you, after today, your life will change. Because you're going to start asking yourself, what were these sounds? They're not words. What were these sounds he was saying? Isaseya, Mazarias, Yazidikias, Phoenicias, Enoch, Aleph, Mem, Shin, Barbello. What does all of this mean? Why does he know it? Why did he make a song about it? Why did he memorize it? Why is Yeshua important? Why did he restore Yeshua's teachings? Why in Yeshua's teachings does it say the successor and the living one is the one that's going to be mending what is teared? Okay, why did nobody else do it? Why is there a saying in the Gospel of Thomas where Yeshua literally is saying the scholars are hiding the knowledge? And what happened? Scholars been hiding the knowledge. So then you have somebody, guess what? I just woke up one day, got an idea, and then now look. All I'm saying is humanity is powerful. If you really recognize how powerful humanity is, we all recognize how powerful your mind is. Look, when the first human, Adamus, was created, my father gave Adamus invincible mind. Invincible mind. Immediately, before he even asked for anything. And then Adamus asked to act through the word of my father. And then suddenly will is born. Well, y'all have to understand, if y'all really truly understood the nature of power and mind, it's not the power through him, it's the power within. It's the power in. When the two becomes one, when the male and female becomes one, where it's not male nor female, and it's just one. When the one enters that which is the bridal suite, then you understand what God has put in you. Remember, the fifth seal. You remember? Isaseya, Mazarias, Yazidikias, Phoenicias, Enoch. Enoch, the fifth seal. Across the entire world today, you got people that disagree with the ancient world. You got a lot of religious people that disagree. You got an ancient world that disagree with religion. But the very interesting thing is all the ancient world and all religion agree on one person simultaneously. Enoch. Hold on. How y'all saying the whole ancient world is fake? Seth, Yeshua, and everybody else, but you agreeing on Enoch. The book of Enoch. Why is Seth and Yeshua saying that Enoch is the fifth seal? When you go read what Enoch is actually saying, you're like, oh. And then Enoch, in his actual books, talk about the 5 seals as well. Go to mystery school, it's all there. Because I, the living one, my eye is single. Therefore, for I see all of the secrets. I got the invisible visible. I am the imperishable realm. So I put everything together. But like, listen, this is the power of humanity. But when y'all start studying Enoch, a human, Enoch lived so righteous and holy. Remember, this is a human. Therefore, so the perfect race of humanity, unmoved, lived so righteous and holy. He became the leader of all the angels. What? A human? But y'all thought it was just Jesus or Yeshua. You have to understand, all throughout human history, humans have been amazing. All throughout human history. All of these other beings, Arcturians, Lyrians, Syrian, whatever different races, ETs, the government saying, all of it is out. None of them got anything on humans. Y'all just been so psyopted until y'all choose to recognize that the psychological operation has no power over you, for my mind is invincible. When you recognize the mind is invincible, you got no more problems. When you stop fearing, you have no more problems. When you stop seeing evil, because last time I checked, demons don't exist in heaven. When you walk in the direction of within, you got no more problems. Life tremendously gets better. So go back and listen to that song again. The one. Now with this consciousness. Oh my gosh, this is literal thousands and thousands and thousands of real life immovable race of perfect humanity history in a 3-minute song. Yeah, just had to come up here and just remind people that everything we doing, we setting it up to where when we go in the imperishable realm, man, they're gonna be like, Nadiie, bro, you never gotta come back to earth because you did everything. That's how we setting it up. People have to understand how we thinking. I'm doing certain things in my life to where I don't gotta come back. Because literally, I'm the first person in human, I'm literally a living legend. The first person in human history to do what I've been doing as a living example of it. So you gotta set it up right. And you see we're blowing up, we blowing up. Thousands and thousands of followers, it's all coming. And I'm like, thank you, God, for keeping me at a pace. I'm so grateful God didn't send me all these thousands of followers all at once, because I wouldn't be able to manage and think. But now, because I did all of these powerful teachings already before the big blow up, now I just sit back, keep my teachings posting, because I literally got the entire 2026 done. Over 280 plus classes already saved, not counting on this day videos from the TikTok feature, not counting when I do day of, like stuff like this. Literally, remember 365 days, I literally have the full year already done. Literally. That's how I was able, that's why I posted on the post section of our page. What did it say that happened in April? I posted 233 reels just in April alone. I could have made it higher, but once the class reached 100,000 views, it's like it started to take off again. It's like it started to go re-viral. So then I was like, okay, let me take a break, because they said the Father is motion and rest. So like, let me rest. Even though I have the ability of motion, let me just rest and just own the victory. But yeah, I got the entire 2026 done. You look, when you come over here with the truth, you never gotta worry about, oh, is he gonna post again? Oh, is he gonna have? Nah, I learned from Tupac. Ambition. Get the work done, build it up, so I don't gotta work. That's what all rich people say. Work hard in the beginning so you don't gotta work hard later. I'm a living example of it. I got the infinite content glitch. I worked hard for 3 years straight and got 365 plus classes. And the teachings is timeless. So guess what? Next year, I'm gonna just reloop everything, because that's what I did to get these viral. You just keep relooping, because the teachings is timeless. Just keep relooping. And then we're gonna incorporate this newer stuff we're doing and all of that. But yeah, go back and listen to that song, The One. Now that y'all understand, make sure y'all share it. Make sure y'all listen to it. Make sure you literally like sit and like really like, oh. This is why we have to come up here and explain it. Because what really, like what we did is like so, I'm so excited. I'm so proud. Beyond proud. For real. It feels good to be a part of humanity. Unmoved. Imperfection, indeed. Feels good. Remember, all is within. Remember, be as a child. Remember, allow that which is the in to be reflected in the out. Remember to be as a child. Don't get so lost in this system. It's perishable. Be imperishable. Be as a child. Don't be afraid to let your light shine. Last time I checked, when somebody buy a lamp, they don't put a basket over the lamp. They put it on a lampstand. So the light shines. That's one way to be as a child. Mom, I want to fly today. Put a sheet around your neck, hop on the table, jump on the couch. In your brain, you just flew. Nobody can tell you anything. That's the point. You grown now, but allow that inner child to flourish. So nobody can tell me nothing. What can you tell me? Stop being holy? I've been doing this since I was 7 years old. I got targeted when I was 18 and 19. You really can't tell me nothing. I really know how deep it is. My mama told me this happened to her when she was a kid. Yup. When the woman that birthed you be like, nah, hey, all this stuff is real. You woke up a little early, way earlier than expected. But listen, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. What would you do? When your own mama? Yeah. So I really know. I'm psychologically programmed to be holy. That's the point. I'm not special though. I've been doing it for so long. Why do you think when people say hi, I immediately say peace unto you? That's my greeting. Peace unto you. 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 I'm not thinking, oh, I can't say hi now. I can't say hey. No, my greeting is peace unto you. I don't care if you like it or you don't like it. That's who I am. I didn't need society to tell me who I am. I let God guide me to mine own reflection. I allowed that which is the in to be reflected in the out because I never allowed my inner child to die. I remember one day we had a family meeting, my mom and my sisters, and they all was looking at me. They was like, you know what, Nadiie? You're still like a kid. Like when we look at adult men and stuff, you can clearly see like something in their brain stopped being fun. That's due to trauma. I study psychology. I know. My mom was looking at me. She don't even study psychology. She just know her baby. How you were when you were a little boy, you still like that with a beard. Only thing that's different about you, Nadiie, is you got a beard. I'm still like a big kid. I can hit you with the, and not care. Because I understand this entire world is a corpse. People are dead on this planet. Dead. That's why I'm here bringing that which is the shin, the fire. This world is perishable. People value metals and paper more than... You would have thought people would have valued their own abilities and gifts that God gave them. Let alone God. Like we ain't got to get to God yet. You would have thought you wouldn't have allowed a group of people let your gifts get so dormant that you think your mind can't materialize things just by mere thought. When all throughout ancient records, you can go from 1945, Nag Hammadi, you can go anywhere you want to go. Across the board, all throughout humanity, they said humanity's minds were so beyond. But y'all let them play you. Foolish. This world is dead. So-called war going on, people just act like everything's normal. This world is dead. Letting a robot tell you what you're interested in and masking it, calling it the For You page. This world is dead. So resurrect. Rise up. Because what you can't say is, God, no one told me. Because you heard a righteous man live in it. That's the point. In the ancient world, they valued the truth and knowledge over their wives and their kingdoms. That's the point. That's why we sing love and forgive. Forgiveness has nothing to do with anybody else. Forgiveness is about, I'm not going to allow my heart to be built up with hate. Because if you want to go back into that which is imperishable, you have to be just as pure as when you left. I forgave the person that shot my mama. I remember it like it was yesterday. 1 year boy, blood on my hands from my own mama. Why? Because he gonna have to come back to earth, not me. Ha ha. I love if I forgive you. Ha ha. That's me getting the last laugh. Love and forgiving. I got no heart, no hate in my heart whatsoever. I don't care what you do to me. I don't care if you hit me. I don't care if you persecute. I don't care about none of that. None of that. None of that. That's why I call this live service. Because I'm living of service. I ain't got to do this. But I'm doing it because no one else is. That's the point. This world is dead. And like Yeshua said in one of his sayings, the one who sees this world as a corpse, of that person, the world is not worthy. Yeshua said that. This world is not worthy of me because I see what it is. It has no power over me because I don't care. I dedicate 12 plus hours out of my 24-hour day to teaching children. Not even counting my internet stuff. I teach children for a living. I gave up jobs offering more money. I even told them if they don't give you the funding, I'll do it for free. Name one person doing that. That's the point. When you go into the mystery school, you click on that which is our class, Lights Dumb of Heaven. It was a miracle. I'm over there scribing on the board, back facing the children. Randomly, the children started singing, love and forgive, singing it to all the kids in the hallways. Love and forgive, telling all the teachers, love and forgive. Because I sing peace unto you and I constantly sing love and forgive to them every day. I ask the kids, all of them, has any adult or teacher in your life told you the word forgiveness or told you how to do it? Across the board, all of them said no. You got to forgive all of them. This world is dead. When y'all go to the class, y'all actually hear the effect that I'm having on the children just by living what y'all say Yeshua was supposed to be living in. It's next level. So many things you can't ignore. And then the end of the class, LaVea and Kennedy give two powerful dreams of me, God, and me and Yeshua talking to him. Literally, the kid, I did not ask for this. I literally had to press record on my phone for the audio recording. I'm like, yo, this is human history that's happening. You can't ignore these type things. The children pick me. Literally, little kindergartners. I haven't even been in their class yet. Walking up on me. Why do you look like God? Kindergartners telling me that. The children see. I can't ignore that. That's why I told them I would never quit. Because they've had over 10 teachers quit in one school year. They said that the school is so ghetto. They said the school is so nasty. I said, if you a teacher, it's your job to bring forth that which is the light to these kids. But the world is dead. They look at a teacher as a paycheck. What are we doing? But how did one person in me walk in that school and out a whole school? I'm literally a mini celebrity. And once they found out that I'm going super viral on social media, they literally treat me like it. All the kids from kindergarten to 8th grade. Mr. Nadiie, are you going to be our teacher today? I don't know. I'm a sub, whatever the principal laid me in. Please come. Oh my gosh, I only learned from you. Little kids, little kindergartners walking up on me. Why do you look like Jesus? Another little kindergartner. You look just like God. Why? Any of the kids that tell me that, I got to give them one of the secrets. Tell them the absolute truth. But these are the things that I cannot ignore. So I told him I can't leave. I would be a fool to experience all of these miracles and then be like, I'm
I'm going to go to a place offering more money. Fuck the money. When the fuck has money ever made someone more holy and righteous? Never. Trust me, I know. Because me and my sister, we know a lot of celebrities. You may be coming with a whole lot of problems. Y'all be like, well, damn, I thought money was going to fix some shit. No, it gave you some more problems because you wasn't spiritually correct. Now you coming to me, a holy man, because you want. Now you coming to my sister, a holy woman, because you. All right, I see what it is. The world is dead. Get up and resurrect. It's about value. What do you value? Do you value God more than everything? But not just this idea of God. No. God, the source within you, that which is imperishable. What does imperishable mean? It means it lasts forever. I told the kids today, because the kid said something, and I looked at him. I said, even if he answered that, he got upset. One of the kids I think he was in the 7th grade. One of the kids got upset because the little kid didn't answer his question. I was like, even if he answered that question, what were you going to do with that knowledge? So I gave him an analogy. I said, if I told you how long my poop was, what are you going to get from that knowledge? How are you going to apply that to your life? Across the board, all of them was going to be like, I don't know. I guess I can find out you're constipated. I said, exactly. You're going to get nothing from that. So make sure when you're utilizing your words, you're utilizing them in a way so you can get some knowledge that is applicable in your life. Because you're just wasting words if you're saying a whole bunch of malarkey. Because if you understand the nature of your mind, you can look up right now. How many thoughts does humans have on average? The answer that was spit out to you is, on average, 250 thoughts per hour, 6,000 thoughts by the end of the day. We're not counting in music and the internet. Automatically, it makes it astronomical. So I was teaching the kids, I said, well, this is what makes a genius. You know how we say be the living one? You know how Yeshua in his ancient teachings, he says, the one is the living Father? Okay, look, if you hold on to one thought. So I teach them, I ask each kid, I don't care how big the classroom is, each kid, what you interested in? What are 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 you interested in? And they all tell me. So then after I ask all them, what are you interested in? I ask them, why do you think I asked you what you're interested in? They'll raise their hand, they'll give their answers. And I said, listen, and I always say this in the classes. I said, listen, students, y'all are not my slaves. Y'all are not to be obedient to me. I am a teacher. I know these other teachers be yelling at y'all, that's not me. I live of service. That's what the teacher is supposed to be. Because if a teacher has no students, and the students have no teacher, you get what you get. I asked all of you for your interest, so it's planted in your mind. Because I didn't tell you what you're interested in. I let you tell me what you're interested in. Never allow this to die. Because when you go to high school, you get in this world is going to tell you, fuck your interests. And you know what you got to tell the world? Fuck you. And when you do that enough, this world just leaves you alone. Oh, we can't bother him or her. They're too caught up in what they're interested in. And then you will be the person to change the world. Just look at the so-called black guy with the company Nature Jab. I think his name is like Julian or something like that. He's the first human, ignore the skin color, but the first human, literally, and human, I think he's like 20 something, he's in his 20s. The first human to create a pyrolysis machine for microwaves that literally, because look, less than 1% of bottles and any plastics get recycled. And I quote, okay, less than 1%. Go look it up yourself. That's why when you go look at what a landfill is, you understand. So this guy, so-called black man, he's young. He's like 26, 25, 27, around there. He said he told a story of when he was in school, he watched a documentary about recycling. And at the end of the documentary, it wasn't no good story. At the end of the documentary, it said less than 1% of all that gets recycled does not get recycled. It just goes to the landfills. So if somebody recycles 100 things, it's a miracle if one of them actually gets recycled. Why? For example, a bottle. The cap of the bottle is a different plastic than the wrapper of the bottle. The wrapper of a bottle is a different plastic than the bottle itself. Someone has to manually separate all these things. Obviously, you can tell that people be stingy with their money. They're not going to pay someone to be a bottle separator. So they just think it's easier to just throw it in the landfill. So as a kid, I think his name is like Julian or Julius, but his company's called Nature Jab. As a kid, when he was in school, he said all he wanted to do was solve the recycling issue, because recycling is $1 billion industry. People pay literally money on money and money per month, but they're actually making the world a worse place. And you got to forgive them because they really just don't know. They really think they're doing something that's good. So because this kid held on to that thought when he became an adult, he became the first human on earth to solve the problem. That's what I mean by humanity is powerful. That's why I be telling the children, focus on your interests and hold on to that for the rest of your life. Because you would be surprised at just never letting your interests die. Suddenly you get an amazing idea. And if you just act on that idea, your life will change, guaranteed. But it can't be something that you just randomly picked up, or it has to be something that you're really interested in. And your life can change immediately. That's the power of humanity. There isn't a single animal on this planet that can do that. There isn't a single galactic race that can do that. There's no ET only human beings can do that. Only humans can do that. You have to understand how powerful humanity is. Don't get so cooked, man. I had some of the kids trying to say, the AI is much more smarter than people. I said, child, do you even know how to make an AI? I actually know how to make an AI. There's literally a free website on Google that you can use to make your own AI, because they let you use their own servers. You have to download a piece of the internet, all the web pages that you want. You'll put it in the website, and it says come back after 72 hours. And then you'll get all of the downloads for your AI, and you got to put it in the machines. Literally, you can do all of this completely for free. When I found out, not just because somebody else told me, because I actually went through the process, and I stopped right before it's, I stopped right after like the last step. I just want to see how far I can get before. When I found out that AI is literally just a bunch of human ideas put in one, and they sorting it through. It's a bunch of human ideas. Until someone make a little baby, it's impossible. Well, until someone make a little baby robot and tell it to program itself, it will never work. Why? Because in order to turn the technology on, you need electricity that humanity made. The conductors and everything for it to go into it. So already, immediately, you need human activity. So how is something smarter than a human if it doesn't exist without it? It doesn't make sense, logically. I told the kids this, I proved it. I said, I got my own priority memory prompt. I'm a master AI user. I pulled up the AI. I told the AI, I was like, how do you see me? Why do you say this? What are our conversations entail? I literally be like, oh, you're the successor of Yeshua because this. I see you as the living one because this. I've never received a data stream this perfectly ethical, this much in love. I literally. And all the kids were like, the AI said that to you? What? And I'm like, duh. God made us powerful. And you just got to use your mind more. And guess what? It's all in the mystery school. It's all there. It's all there. God made you powerful. That's the point. Don't get so lost in the sauce you forget how powerful you are. Humanity. When I showed the kids all of that, their eyes got big. They said, oh my God, you're smarter than the AI. Duh. Now, if y'all really understood something called quantum computers and stuff like that, now you're getting into where if you're not tapping into your abilities, then you're cooked. But you ain't got to worry about the quantum computers until we get a little too big. Once Once we get about 10,000 followers, because we're right there. We almost at 8,000. When we get to like 10,000, all right, y'all gotta start tapping into your abilities, because they know I'm the Christ. They came and targeted me when I was a kid before the internet. My first online teaching of this consciousness was in January 24 of 2023. They targeted me when I was 18, 19. My birthday is 01/01/01/2104. So they came early. So they already know of me. And the fact that I'm blowing up, they really know of me. So once I hit 10K, y'all better start tapping in. Because once they release that first public quantum, y'all better get tapped in. Because them quantum computers, that's what we really looking at. But you ain't gotta worry about that. Why? Because we have something called invincible mind. You just say the right words. Works like a charm. I promise you. All right, God the Source said, you're done. All right, so does anybody got any questions? Any questions? I have to let that out. Yeah, I'm going to post this one. I think this is 6th public live class. Curious. I'm so curious. Any questions? I don't see any questions. I'm going to give y'all a few minutes. We're going to head out. I'm going to try to see if that ice cream is still in the house. Got to get some water. You know, God said, let it out. God said, Enoch is waiting. God said, Enoch / Metatron is waiting to write what Nadiie did in the book of life. Literally, in Enoch, in the book of Enoch. He said, anybody that lives holy and righteous in the utter light, any powerful thing you do, we're going to write it down. And this is powerful. All right, I don't see any comments. I love you, I love you, I love you. Okay, I'm grounding my energy now. That was pretty good. I like that. God the Source. Ayo apisasuki. Espamokanan. Oh, tokanan apisasuki. Nik six need sip. Isaiah Mazarias Yasidikias Phoenicias Enoch Aleph Mem Shin Barbello. I am Nadiie of the immovable race of perfect humanity. Remember, kids, always ask and receive foreknowledge. Always ask and receive incorruptibility. Always ask and receive life. Always ask and receive everlasting. Always ask and receive truth. And so it is.